Hi guys, have a little time this evening and gonna share my opinion on some points that's really going on today. We have the new world order set up for new game, and as I was talking in one of my previous videos about Crimea, the setup was made in Crimea. As we can see, Crimea is one of the key points in historical line. It's always very important for all the conflicts and setups of the game. So let me try to screen share and see what I found. Okay, so as I was saying in my previous videos, there are four player teams, whatever. So one is like international bankster community. Um, Second one, let's see. Second one is religious mafia. Yeah, religious and Zionist mafia is what I was calling it. Uh, Third one is another very important player, and it's globalist mafia. So globalists are one of the key actors right now, and they have one of these key projects, which is called New World Order propaganda. It's not quite New World Order, but it's the first step of New World Order, which is a total propaganda of this New World Order. It's not even came yet, but it's already been taught that it's going and it's coming. So actually the New World Order gonna do in next couple of years. As I was saying in one of my videos about uh, ecologism and some more about uh, so-called or whatever. I forgot the name, the word. So this New World Order uh, and the globalists, they're doing just the same as they did in the thing that they did was so-called Crimean War, which was like from 1853 to 1856. So it's like 2.5 years, a little more. And it was occurring in Crimean Peninsula, Caucasus, Balkans, Black Sea, Baltic Sea, White Sea, Far East. The result was Treaty of Paris. So uh, conflict very deep, but let's see putting up the strengths of the armies. So one army was containing Turkish army, French army, British army, and Kingdom of Sardinia, which probably Italy more than Italy. And the second army was like Russian army plus 1,000 of Greek legion. So it's like almost 900,000 soldiers against 600 of allies. So if we see casualties, large numbers, like Turkish lost about Ottoman Empire lost like 223, and Russian army lost 100,000 people. And guess what? Here's very strange number here. It's like they lost almost 400,000 died from non-combat causes. So it's very strange because non-combat causes is just very fishy. Seems to be very fishy. So I checked out Russian Wikipedia, and here we go. We have differences in numbers here. Uh, so here we saw numbers like 50,000 plus soldiers, and that's it. And also, Russian Wikipedia says that it was also LS also contained so, so-called British Legion and Slavic Legion. So it's like special forces, something like that. But they also say Russia had Bulgarian Legion and Greek Legion. So, but that doesn't make these numbers that we have here. So it's like almost one and a half armies of allies. We have almost equal. And if we have numbers of the casualties, Russia lost. Here we had it like 500 and half a million people lost. Only 100,000 people. We have on another side 2,000. Sardinia lost 2,000. So it's about the same, lost maybe even more. Russia had 9,000 died for this. So very comparable numbers, not as what we have in British or English. Lost a lot more. So numbers pretty mixed up. So um, many in the previous conflict, just imagine what we have in the about that, because uh, Crimea is also right now point of this conflict, because as we know about the Ukrainian tensions, Crimea was Russia, and now it's a part of Russia. It's a republic in the uh, Russian Federation. It's it can be the at least it's many from. So the next key point is uh, next war after Crimean War, next big war that we civil war in the United States. And as we can see today, we have the same conflict also occurring in the United States, that those who support monuments and those who don't, those who liberal um, and support all this democratic liberal information, and those who don't, conservative, those who want to um, keep conservative things. So, and this is also the ignition point. Can have to Crimean War, which is the of Ukraine. Part is conservative part, another part, the liberal part, which is propaganding um, like democracy stuff like that, which is not, if we know it, it's not democracy. So, folding right now, and the next step we see it in United States, which is also this key performance that we right now see. And this is really strange because if they are just showing us this game, they just, singing the song for us so we can like lullaby and stuff like that, so we can like fall asleep and don't understand what's going on. Because what's going on is right now already starting. Um, if you know this guy, his name is Mikhail Saakashvili. Let me show his face. So this guy, let me show his Facebook. Yeah, yes, this guy was the president of Georgia. You know those Mason guys, those Illuminati guys, they always want and like all this coincidence stuff. So United States also has Georgia, as you know. So this is not uh, really the key to this problem, but the problem is that this guy is and was put the president in Georgia by some liberal globalists from this player, the Democratic Party of the United States. And he was actually one who made this Rose Revolution, so-called Rose Revolution, when people brought him inside the parliament or inside the president hall or whatever, and he like took the power with the help of the people. So this is like democratic revolution, and it seems to be very clear, but that was actually a setup, just like we have today. This guy right now is wanted by two governments, the government of Georgia and government of Russia, because he's wanted in Georgia because he was very, very corrupt, and they found out that he was corrupt only after he lost his uh, next president election, and he gave up the power to another president. So he ran away in the United States and was hiding there, and they like put a search warrant for him. So it was very funny, and because in a couple of years he occurred himself in Ukraine, and they put him as a governor of Odessa, the place where people got burned for their beliefs in the building. About 40 people, 40 men was burned. So this Odessa guy, Odessa governor, was like the key friend, key superhero from Georgia, and they put him as a governor for just like that. They gave him some power. They gave him special public relationships budgets, so he was like riding around the places, making his PR actions and stuff like that. He was like very famous for his extravagant PR. And right now, he is in opposition to his friend, the current president of Ukraine, who has a war inside this country, so-called civil war in Ukraine. So this is what's really not a coincidence, but this guy is coming back to Ukraine after his friend, the president of Ukraine, sent him out uh, and also took away his citizenship of Ukraine. And right now he is given orders to Attorney General to extradite him back to Georgia, where he's wanted for his crimes. So this is really funny, but this guy has passed the Ukrainian border yesterday with the help of those people that right now you see in the picture that surround him. They just pushed him through the Ukrainian border after his train was stopped by the call of Poroshenko, the Ukrainian president. So he's like stopping the train just not to let this person get in the country. And the train was stopped for 7 hours. No one was moving, and then just train. He was taken from the train and walked to the border, and all these people just carried him through this border. And this is really funny because this person was one famous person for eating his Thai. So he was like eating Thai. He was caught with prostitutes for huge amount of money. He was caught using cocaine very recently, very often, whatever. So he's just like a drug addict and stuff like this. He was caught in all this stuff and spending his money, using budget money for his fun and stuff like that. So right now he is being brought in the Ukraine to ignite another war, another start of this riot, so he can take away Ukraine from completely take away Ukraine from Russia, because this is the guy who actually ignited the war of triple eight, so-called Masonic War of 080808, which was between uh, Ossetia, the Georgian rebelled part, and Georgia and Russia, who actually kicked ass of Georgian army and was just pulled from the capital of Georgia, which was in like 3 hours of ride. So nobody was stopping this guy until he was under the wing, under the roof of the Democratic Party. Now the Democratic Party is lost. He's right now a bingo for globalists because he can actually start a riot in Ukraine. He can start a war. He can take away the Ukrainian power and build another uh, nationalistic Nazi uh, structure in Ukraine and start warmongering and preparing for a war with Russia, because they dreaming about it and they have this in propaganda that they want to start a war with Russia. They want to march up to Japan. So well, these people just very crazy, and they're sponsored by all those globalists, and they actually gonna start and do it. because I'm not saying it's gonna happen very soon, but if he takes away the power from Poroshenko and becomes president, he should be one of the key cards for next war. That's what I'm predicting, and if he has enough strength uh, not to get killed before the time starts, not to get shot, but uh, not to become some sacral uh, sacrifice, whatever. So, so that's what I'm predicting. Okay, if you didn't watch this videos about players and how they play, you might as well check this out because many things that I maybe have forgotten to mention, and you might as well ask questions in the comments. So thanks a lot for watching. See you later. Bye.